What's up, folks, and welcome back to Dyce Reacts, where we are staying in London, England tonight. Oh yeah, we are going to be checking out Royal Marines forced US Marines to surrender in exercise after eliminating almost the entire unit. Yeah, very much so. Check this one out. We ain't going to waste no more time. We're just going to get right into it, folks. We're going to get right into it. Oh yeah.
The Royal Marines dominated United States forces during a training exercise in California, using a new battle structure. Royal Marines are taking on their comrades from the United States Marine Corps in the wilds of the Californian desert as they prepare for operations as part of a new task group. A new High Readiness Force, Littoral Response Group South, is to be built around Taunton-based 4O Commando and will focus on the regions east of the Suez Canal, ready to respond to global events.
Guys, it's a little hot.
To ensure the commando element of the group are ready for deployment next year, the Marines must first complete Exercise Green Dagger in the Mojave Desert alongside the United States and Netherlands Marine Corps. The exercises across sun-scorched deserts will test the Marines in a number of warfighting skills and their ability to work effectively with their Dutch counterparts who also form part of the Littoral Response Group. The conclusion of the exercises, known as Green Dagger, was 5 days of grueling warfighting which saw Allied forces, from the United States, Canada, United Arab Emirates, the Netherlands and United Kingdom, join forces to take on a highly equipped United States Marine Corps adversary. Green Dagger will culminate in a free-play battle, in which Dutch and British Marines will work together against the might of the United States Marine Corps to evaluate the effectiveness of each of the Allied forces. The exercises are taking place at the Marine Corps Air-Ground Combat Center at 29 Palms, which covers an area similar in size to Luxembourg in the Californian deserts.
That's huge, man.
Royal Marines have put the seal on desert exercises with an intensive 5-day battle in California alongside allies across one of the largest military training areas in the world. Commandos have spent the last 2 months in the Mojave Desert preparing for deployments next year as part of the newly formed Littoral Response Group, which is one of 2 new Royal Navy task groups centered on commando forces set up to respond to world events. Under reforms directed by the First Sea Lord, Admiral Sir Tony Radakan, Royal Marines commando forces are to become more flexible and mobile fighting troops. Experts from across 3 commando brigade came together to form the Littoral Response Group, with Taunton-based 4O Commando at its heart at the vast United States Marine Corps training facility at 29 Palms in California. The exercise focused around 3 urban sprawls which were defended by Allied forces, the largest of which consisting of 1,200 buildings purpose-built for militaries to test themselves among. The regiment has formed combat service support troops that deploy at range and are isolated from direct chain of command, working independently to keep supplies of food and ammunition flowing. The troops have been established to allow Commando Logistic Regiment to be in more places at once, while also continuing to make use of the Armored Support Troop, which provides force protection and moves Marines around the battlefield. Additionally, Commando Logistic Regiment are also continuing to develop their 3D printing capability which helps provide battle damage repair options on the front line. The Littoral Response Group won decisive battles early on and gained ground from their enemy, but, with the United States Marines pushing into Allied territory, Royal Marines and their allies carried out raids behind enemy lines to stop further counterattacks. Our success has proved the new commando force concept is more.
I mean, this is great. I mean, what other way to test your country's military might by going up against the ones that you clearly know are very good as well, almost up to your level, and test out, each can gain ground from those exercises and see where they have their weaknesses. By doing that, each becomes much stronger. I mean, this is like they become dangerously good even more. That's scary when the best are teaming up together to get better. Man, you have to be scared, man. You have to be scared. It's almost like two of the best teams in a sport come together and talk about strategy, talk about different things that each side can do better after those exercises. I mean, the rest of the field are gonna have a tough time beating them by them doing those kind of activities. I mean, it's genius. I mean, it's great to put aside the ego for the sake of betterment. That's insane. I mean, if I was the rest of the world, I would take note.
Lethal and sophisticated than ever before, and I am immensely proud of every member of the Literal Response Group and their vital contributions, said Lieutenant Colonel Andy Dow, commanding officer of 40 Commando. Operating alongside our partners from the United States, Netherlands, Canada and the United Arab Emirates gives us a fantastic opportunity to test, integrate and continue to push our capabilities in new and innovative directions. Throughout this deployment, our focus has been on integrating game-changing capabilities from across the commando force to deliver disproportional effect in the face of a free-thinking peer adversary. The exercise concluded with a last-minute enemy assault which was repelled, leaving Allied forces in control of over two-thirds of the entire battlefield. The commandos took advantage of one of the best military training areas in the world to experiment with new tactics and share knowledge with allies. Marine Sean McGrath from 40 Commando said, "This is the first time I've been to the States and worked alongside the US and the Dutch. Seeing how they operate and how we can work together has been really rewarding. It's been fantastic to work in one of the best training environments in the world. 29 Palms is absolutely huge and offers pretty much every type of training possible. We can train across terrains, in cities and with so much capable kit, I can see why we come here. This deployment has ultimately readied the commando element of Literal Response Group South for operations next year, joining its sister task group, Literal Response Group North, ready to react to unfolding events around the world." While on the periphery it would seem largely like the much more cumbersome and bulkier logistic task group of old, it is a much smaller, more agile and potent force and is designed to deliver a more tactically astute support, said Major Matt Williams, in command of the Landing Force Support Squadron and Logistic Task Group, of the Commando Logistic Regiment offering on Green Dagger. "We have come a long way since starting this journey in earnest last year. We've seen the regiment deploy both combat service support troops and armored support troop on 2 separate occasions, while also preparing for the forthcoming winter deployment in Norway and generating the first troop aligned to the Literal Response Group South early next year. The Literal Response Group North has already deployed to the Baltic this year and has a focus on events across Europe, while Literal Response Group South will operate east of the Suez Canal. The Literal Response Group South is expected to be functional next year with the addition of amphibious ships and aircraft.
being in the military is a damn tough job, man. Not just the physical intensity, but the mental fortitude that you need is insane. Just look at so much that is being poured into the military. I mean, just seeing it on the ground, the infrastructure, that even the training, the way they set it up for the training, the amount of money, the budget is a lot, man. To sustain, incredible. Wow. And the thing about training, it's not even a training, because this is literally your life that is on the line. If you don't take this training as serious, if you're inside there, you're gonna suffer the consequence on that battlefield. So there's no, like, you know, like in different jobs, you could just be okay, whatever, and you're not even that much in tune to the training. You already want to just be done at the training for you to start your job to get paid. But this is a different thing. You gotta take it serious, because your life depends on it, and also your colleagues depend on you. So definitely, this is not an easy task. So if you're not ready mentally, you can be ready physically, you maybe like you're physically built, but if you're not ready for it mentally, that's something else in and of itself. It's a very tough job. Shout out to all those soldiers that go through that grueling process to protect freedoms around the world. You have to give it up to them. It's just a challenge, man. I'm just seeing that it's a challenge. Very good. And I love what they're doing, teaming up with each other to get better. It's a wholesome thing. You would never think that something like that would take place. I never thought that back in the days. You would think each country military would have their own separate training and keep it in secrecy, because you never know who's going to be your opponent. Every group has advantages and disadvantages, so they're definitely going to learn from each other. Yeah, this was enlightening, and almost by just watching it, just really made me see like the infrastructure, all what that is going into the training aspect, not just in an actual setting, but the training aspect. Wow, it's a large training like field, man. It's very large. Wow. And like I said, it's the largest in the world. Not surprised. It's very large. Yeah. Hit me up with some more information about this right there, the training right there. What did I miss? What wasn't added? Some more links to some more information with that kind of stuff. Yeah. If you want to see that long channel outro that I do, hit me up on Dyce Reacts, where I do music reactions. This is where I'm going to be making my exits. Until next time, peace